Hi everybody, this is the Holiday Review. I'm Khalees, and right now we are working on a homemade salted caramel recipe. This is also from Sally's Baking Addiction. It goes with our caramel apple pie bars. And who wants to eat those without salted caramel on top? So we've got our hot plate. We've got a bowl. No, it's not a bowl, that's a pan. A cup of sugar goes in. We have to melt the sugar first. And there's lots of warnings in here about how this can go very poorly very quickly. I've made salted caramel before, but not using this recipe. So we're gonna follow it and see what happens. There's sugar in the pot. We are going to melt it, which is always scary. Boiling sugar is always scary. I don't care who you are. All right, so stir constantly. Sugar will form clumps and eventually melt into a thick brown amber colored liquid. Okay. All right, so completely melted. We're almost completely melted. We just have a couple chunks left in there. It's starting to smell hot. It's starting to smell like melted sugar. I think this is the moment of crisis. Oh, see, now, was it smoking? See, I don't think we want that, but it's not all the way melted. See, what do you do? What do you do? All right. So immediately stir in the butter until melted and combine. Okay, we are completely melted. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit because we don't want to burn anything. Butter in. Scary. Whoop. That is a lot of bubbling. Careful, because caramel will bubble rapidly, separating, remove, and heat vigorously. Oh, that's dangerous. Okay. So we've got to get all of our butter in with our melted sugar. I am going to pull off and whisk because my butter doesn't seem to want to get all the way in there with my melted sugar. This is a lot of really hot liquid that is kind of scary. Ah! Okay, caramel. We'll just keep whisking. Just keep whisking. She promises it'll come together. It did come together. Looks good. Now you just got to get off your whisk. Oh, you got to save all of it. Got to get it all off your whisk. Can't leave any on your whisk. Okay. Keep whisking. It came together. Return to heat. Butter melted. Combined with the caramelized sugar. Cook for 1 minute without stirring. 1 minute. All right, so very slowly. When it's all in there, stop stirring. Okay, ready? Wish us luck. Yeah, it's definitely bubbling. You don't want to stand close to this, that's for sure. Cream in. It's not really, so didn't, we're gonna see, let's read. Stops after the cream has been it didn't really like mix in together, which seems like it needs to do. See, this is where I don't know what to do. I feel like it should all sort of be homogeneous, so I'm gonna put a whisk on it real quick, because that seems like what caramel sauce should be like. Right? Doesn't have like separated fluids and like a thicker sauce to it. So I think that looks, okay. We're gonna boil that for a minute. Let's check our timer. Okay. Allowed to boil for 1 minute. So I guess once it boils, we're gonna let it boil for a minute. Okay, off the heat, over to here. Stir in the salt, okay. Oh, dog's here. All right. So that is our instructions for caramel sauce. She does tell us that it's going to thicken as it cools, which it obviously will. Oh, we're burning some sugar on our hot plate. That's how you know it's real life, right? You have to clean that later too. Caramel sauce, it looks really good. It's thin for sure, but it is a really nice color. And allowed to cool before using. Caramel thickens as it cools. And she also says that you can cover it and store it for up to a month in the refrigerator. But that would probably be bad. The dog out. That's not gonna be good at our house, because then we're just gonna eat on our ice cream every night, and that's not good for anybody in this house. We will report back on this once it's cooled and once we've tasted it, because I'm not gonna taste it right now. This was salted caramel sauce from Sally's Bacon Addiction, and I'm Khalees with the Holiday Review.